So Comica sent me their new microphone for review. It has high-end specs, it's wireless, it looks good, and it's only $60. But is it too good to be true? Let's find out.
Nico knows tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico knows tech, #1 channel with the news on check.
Now inside the package we get all of this, and this is everything that you get in the box. Over here we have a pretty lengthy USB-C cable, which will be used for charging the unit, as well as connecting to a computer if you don't want to use the wireless feature. You can use it wirelessly, which I'm going to demonstrate, or wired. You have the choice. But either way, it includes a lengthy cable, which I like, and it is a USB-C to C, but it already includes a USB-C to A connector if you don't have any more USB-C ports available on your computer. Then of course we have our manual and our quick start guide, as well as warranty card, and then QR codes to download the Comica app, which we'll be getting into shortly. Over here on the left, we also have our desk stand, which if you're not going to use a boom mic, or if you don't have one already, we can get started using just the stand. And it is made out of what feels like aircraft aluminum. It is weighted, rubberized foam feet on the bottom, and then a standard screw connector on there. Overall, feels good quality. The microphone unit itself feels actually pretty lightweight. You could actually connect this to a lightweight boom. Even a cheap $15 boom off Amazon would be able to handle this because it's not especially heavy. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels high quality. It has a lot of metal as well as plastic. It's a combination, and overall feels well made. On the top, similar to the HyperX Quadcast microphone, has a mute button on top. It's not an actual push button. It's touch sensitive, so you just tap that to mute, which we'll actually play with soon. It's already mounted onto this shock mount, which if you don't know what that is, it's kind of suspending by elastic bands so that if you bang on the desk, that vibration doesn't go up the arm and into the microphone. Very handy to have that. On the front, we already have a pop filter already applied on. This will reduce plosives. And then of course we can attach to our stand or a boom microphone right here. Pretty standard connection. And then as far as the connections, we have a headphone monitor port. So this, you could plug in 3.5mm headphone jack headphones and you can monitor direct through the microphone, which that's handy. And I think you can use this as a sound card if you don't already have one. On the front, we have a wireless on and off switch, and then a light indicator here, which is probably to the RGBs because this is an RGB enabled device. And then we have mic gain indicators here because this is a mic gain knob. It's actually weighted, so it feels high quality. There's some resistance. Very nice. On the bottom, no connections because we connect through USB or wireless. And speaking of wireless, if you look right here, this is our transmitter. If we pull that out, we can plug this into our PC, and this is how we will get wireless connectivity between the unit and our PC. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed and test it out. And we're connected. All right, one thing I'm noticing on this microphone as I'm watching my meters is I had to adjust the gain. I have it pretty high now, and I'm watching my meters barely hit my compressor setting, if you guys are audio geeks. And then the RGBs are working right away. Even though this is wireless, the RGBs do work on battery. That was a major question I had. One thing I did notice while testing this microphone is you do want to be a little bit closer. I am about 6 to 8 inches away, and I'm talking right into the condenser through the pop filter here in the front, and hopefully that's getting rid of some of the plosives. Another thing I noticed was on the RGB button in the front, you can change the different RGB settings or even turn it off. And the one that I was just using right here is reacting to my voice, which I think is kind of cool. So watch when I stop talking. And then when I resume talking, it starts acting kind of like a virtualizer. Now, the red note I thought was originally reacting to an overload, kind of like on meters. It's not. It's just louder sounds will be red, lower sounds will be yellow or green, and then no talking will be essentially blue. And the RGBs on this I kind of find maybe a bit distracting for my line of work because I'm a YouTuber, but you know, different strokes for different folks. And I think if you're like a streamer and you're playing in low light, it could be cool. In fact, let's go ahead and try it in low light. In the heart of the darkness, only one thing dares to glow. My voice. Let's light it up. So yeah, that could be kind of cool in certain circumstances, and I think, you know, younger people will definitely find it attractive. However, a lot of people like that RG bizzle, so I'm not going to knock it at all. One thing I am noticing is that this thing performs better pretty close up. So even though it includes this desk stand, I'm going to recommend that you get at least a $15, $20 boom and attach it to your desk so that you can have this thing closer to your mouth, because I don't think it's going to do well. If this was sitting over here on a desk, sure, it would pick it up, but I think you would sound like you're talking on a speakerphone on a telephone. Let's actually test it out. I'm going to put this thing a bit away from me, and we're going to test how it sounds from the distance of if it was sitting on my desk. Okay, so now it's basically sitting on my desk like where I would have it, and this is kind of the sounds you would be getting. Now, one thing I can tell you as an audio engineer is that when you have a microphone, especially this kind of microphone, further away from you, you're going to lose the low end. You're going to get mostly the high frequencies, and you're going to hear the room more. So you're going to hear if there's any echo in the room, you're going to hear the way the room sounds instead of just the way the speaker sounds. Now watch when I bring it closer to me. You're going to hear more of my voice. I don't have to shout as much, and you get more of the bottom end, more of the bass of someone's voice. In fact, condensers are kind of known for having too much bass, but this one, I'm kind of getting the impression that this one's on the crisp side. It's very crisp, very clean sounding. And as far as background noise, it's doing pretty well. I mean, I'm not going to expect this thing to be able to filter out sounds like my keyboard. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Yep, it's sounding like a typical condenser. Now, my keyboard is loud. I have the loudest you can get. They're MX Cherry Blue switches, so they're extra clicky. If you have a normal keyboard, you might not hear it. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the desk a little bit. Yep, you got a little bit of background noise. So condenser mics, not great for filtering out background noise. If you have extremely echoey room, you may need to treat it, but you can actually get around not having to treat your room by using filters such as noise gate, noise reduction. So not necessarily a deal breaker today, since OBS, Streamlabs, practically every application, including Discord and Skype, Teams, they all have noise reduction built into the software. So you flick that on and it's not really that big of a deal. But overall, how do you guys think it sounds? In my opinion, it actually sounds really good. I'm not going to be using it for my everyday because I use a podcaster style microphone, and it's an expensive one. This one at $60 actually sounds really professional. I could use this. If this was all I had in my bag and I'm doing an interview, I could definitely use it. And as far as features goes, it's pretty plug and play. I didn't actually need the Comica app. In fact, when I went onto the website, there wasn't even a PC app. It was just ready to go. As soon as I plugged in the receiver into my PC, it knew exactly how to use it, threw it into OBS, and it worked. It also has the mute button up here. If you just touch and you turn it back on, and then you have the mute. So that's a good way, and also it turns off the RGB. On the front, it's just the two buttons, and then the bottom wheel on the bottom here is the volume of the microphone. So if I drop that down, I have less power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So very nice. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Not a whole lot to it. All in all, this is going to get a recommendation for me. This is the second Comica product that I've tested. First one that made the channel. Because of the way this performed, I bought another Comica microphone, and then I'm going to be contacting Comica saying, send me your other stuff. Let's also review it on the channel because this is exciting stuff. They're releasing really good products at a low price, and if they keep making stuff at this quality, I'm going to keep recommending it to you guys. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please smash that like button and consider subscribing if you'd like to pick up this product and get it at the link in description, and I shall see you next time.